Hello and welcome to the first episode of our new series, Alberta Scenic Drives. And by the way, this is the booth where you can purchase your park pass. In this series, we will explore highways in Alberta with beautiful scenery, but not only that, highways that where you can see lots of wildlife. Now, when you see a bear like this right next to the road, please stay in the car. Don't get out to take the nice selfie. This is very dangerous. These are wild bears. They can attack at any moment. Also, a bear that gets comfortable near people is as good as that. That's pretty much a death sentence. So please, for the good of the wildlife and for your own good, stay away from any kind of wildlife, not only bears. And since this is series about scenic highways in Alberta, we are starting with the most scenic of them all. The highway that is rated one of the top drives in the world, certainly one of the most beautiful ones, the ICEFIELDS Parkway, which is the northern portion of Highway 93. It connects Trans-Canada Highway 1 from the hamlet of Lake Louise all the way north to the town of Jasper in Jasper National Park. It basically connects to Trans-Canada Highway 16. The entire length of the ICEFIELDS Parkway is about 235 kilometers. The speed limit on the highway is 90 kilometers an hour with some sections at 50. This is at Columbia's ICEFIELDS. There is also some sections with 60, and Saskatchewan Crossing has a small section of 70 kilometers an hour. Still, most of the traffic is tourists, and they will be driving slow because they will be looking around for wildlife and for scenery, so that they might be pulling over right in front of you. I've had people like doing U-turns right in front of me, so drive carefully. Like I've been going over the 90 kilometer an hour limit if there's no cars in front of me. It's an open road, but still you need to be careful. There's lots of wildlife. Not only that you don't want to hit them, you kind of want to enjoy, you want to see them, maybe take a few pictures. Again, stay in the car for any encounters with wildlife, and lock your doors. Bears can open car doors. You might want to allot extra time for this. By extra time, I mean you might want to spend a couple of days on the road there. Even though it's only 235 kilometers, there are a lot of things to see on the way. Starting at the very beginning, there is a great lookout at Crowfoot Glacier. This is closer to Lake Louise if you're starting from there. Then you have sparkling turquoise lakes like Bow Lake, which is right next to the highway, and Peyto Lake, which you'll have to hike a little bit too, but it is a short hike, and also it is closed right now as far as I know, but it should be opening in August of 2021. Saskatchewan Crossing is the only place along this entire stretch of highway where you can gas up, and it is very expensive. Even if you're coming from BC, where gasoline is more expensive than Alberta, you will find it too expensive there. So wherever you're coming from, better gas up. If you're coming from Alberta, probably Calgary is the cheapest place where we can gas up. As you're moving closer and closer to the mountains, the price starts to increase, and at Saskatchewan Crossing it is very expensive. This is also a place where you can grab some food. There's not too many places on this highway where you can grab some food, so you might want to bring some with you. The next thing is the biggest attraction on this highway. That's the Columbia ICEFIELDS. It's where you can take a bus to go on top of Atabaska Glacier and take a walk there. There is also a Skywalk nearby where you can go. We will feature episodes in different series about each of those two locations. You will probably be spending at least 4 or 5 hours on, well, at least 4 hours in those two places together. And here's another bear. You will have the opportunity to see lots of wildlife on this highway. You will probably see mountain sheep, deer, different kinds of deer you could see, and grizzly bears as well as black bears. There are also short hikes right off the highway to various different beautiful falls, such as the Skywalk Falls or the Atabaska Falls. We will feature an episode of the Atabaska Falls on our Alberta Trails series very soon. And just you can see there is lots of stuff to see there, lots of hikes you can take. There are some pretty long hikes as well, like Helen Lake hike that will take you a whole day just for the hike. I think it's like 6 or 7 hours one way. But there are beautiful places where we can stop right by the road and with amazing views and take some pictures. Now here we've taken videos and pictures from different years, and as you can see in the background there is a lot of smoke. So lately it's been happening quite a bit. In the summer there is smoke from wildfires that comes in there. There's been lately a lot of fires in California. This is one of the places where the smoke is coming from, but there's also fires in BC, fires in Alberta, so it can come from anywhere. I think both summers 2017 and 2018 were pretty smoky. 2019 had occasional smoke, and I think for 2020 it was okay. And this here is the Atabaska Glacier. This is where you can go with a bus on top of the glacier, walk around. On the right is the place where you can take the bus. You can also walk. There are walkways, and you can just partially walk on the glacier. So the bus to go on the glacier is pretty expensive. But I think it's worth it, although they had an accident this summer and unfortunately 3 people died. We'll talk about that in detail when we create a video specifically for the ice fields. And here on the left, just a little bit up the road, is also the Skywalk. It's a walk above a huge very deep canyon, and it's a glass bridge basically, so you can see all the way down. It is very interesting, but it is also expensive. None of that is free. What is free? Okay, this bus that just passed, it was coming from the Skywalk, so you can take the buses to the glacier and the Skywalk from the same place. Purchase the tickets together. But yeah, what is free is you can look at the glaciers from the road, and there are many other glaciers. It's not just the Atabaska along this highway. The highway goes through several passes, and the highest elevation where you would be at on the highway is Bow Pass, and it is just short of 2,100 meters above sea level. It's 2,088. Sunwapta Pass is 2,035. So you will be above 2,000 meters above sea level quite a bit of time on this highway. But look at those movements, they're just spectacular. It looks like somebody just lifted the ground. And yes, this highway is runs through pretty much the entire time through the Continental Divide. Most of the highway does not have cell phone coverage, so you should be aware of that, and that's probably most important in the winter. And in the winter, conditions can change very quickly, and the highway can close without warning. There can be closures for avalanche clearing, so check ahead and just be prepared. With that, I'm going to conclude this video. Thank you very much for spending the time today. A like and subscribe would be very much appreciated. Don't forget about the notification button. This will notify you when we upload new videos. Thank you again, and I hope I'll see you in our next episode. Bye now.